In this episode of Alive People, I interview Caroline Rocha, who describes herself as an AI degenerated artist slash concept artist. Psst, I see alive people. AI, the buzzword that has the world ablaze. Growing up as a kid in the 80s, I watched the future unfold on TV and in movies. From the Jetsons, Transformers, Star Wars, Back to the Future, and my favorite, Blade Runner. I experienced going from vinyl records to cassette tapes to CDs to, I think, mini CDs, is that what those were called? To MP3s, then to streaming. Phone booths to pagers, numeric pagers, and then alphanumeric pagers where you have to call an operator, to Nokias, to iPhones, books, magazines, to the internet, iPads, all of that. And now I'm experiencing driverless cars here in San Francisco. All this shit is cool to me, even though I know that there are issues that come with this technology, but I can't help but get excited when I see these things, robots, androids, all of that. But me, besides being a cultural practitioner of ancient ways, I'm a modern artist and a technologist at heart. I worked in tech for many years, hands-on, from web development to servers and all of that stuff, to consulting organizations on how to modernize their operations with processes and technology. In 2017, I joined a beta program from Facebook, now Meta. It was called Spark AR. AR stands for Augmented Reality. It was a platform to create Instagram filters. I previously had some experience with Facebook platforms when I was on a team developing a virtual reality game for the Facebook Oculus headsets. It was basically a creation story, like Malakas Maganda, and it had a buy-in element in it. So in this AR program, I created filters that were an extension of my practice in artwork. I created a Sulat buy-in learning game, recreated Yakan ceremonial face painting, and some silly stuff like a barrel man and a jeepney, to name a few. I was in a community of artists where I first met Caroline, who at the time was creating beauty filters. She was actually one of the first successful ones to create them. And she created a lot, got a lot of buzz at that time. And so as the AR scene got saturated, and then the program, I would say, lost its shine, new technology started to emerge. Generative AI, where you can generate images with text, or what people call prompts. So Caroline quickly reemerged in this space and again became a force with her distinct, I would call it like a horror futurism yet sexy style. The thing that many people don't know is that Caroline has an impairment, that doesn't allow her to physically create art. This is another side that people don't really talk about in the never-ending debates, is AI art or not, et cetera, et cetera. I interviewed Caroline on IG Live a couple of years ago to talk about these issues and her work. So here we go. Enjoy.
So let's kick it off. Izanami, why don't you do a little intro?
Oh my God. Okay, let's do it. So my name is Caroline. I'm 44. I come from France, from Paris, and I studied art history. I was passionate about a lot of things regarding art, like classical piano. I used to play painting, sculpting, even ballet. I did ballet. everything. And I sing since I'm a little girl. I sing opera, gospel. I used to sing gospel a lot with two big artists, Mariah Carey and Michael Bolton. If you hear me, I sing in the chorus one time, but it was a big thing. And so I moved to another country, and a few years ago I had a stroke. I had a stroke, and all the right part of my body is, let's say, paralyzed. My hand and my leg. So, and I was a makeup artist. So with this, I get into a very deep depression. I attempt something that nobody would attempt. It failed. Thank I don't know what. It failed. So I'm here. I'm alive because I was super active, and I had to let go of all of my passions. So when you cannot do anything anymore, you just you feel lost. So yeah, I was in a big hole, a dark one. So I lost all my friends, of course. Sorry, and I started to. Do you want me to start to talk about what happened next? What healed?
So let's start. So I first came, I guess, connected with you when I think at the time Facebook augmented reality, Spark AR, came out a few years ago, and you were one of the first to really do like makeup filters. And as you mentioned that, because you were a makeup artist and because of your stroke and your disability, how did you like transfer from like physical like makeup to augmented reality makeup?
Well, it was a long path because I didn't have any background in this kind of technology. So the thing is that before I started to create filters for Instagram, I was just curating filters from other artists. And it was cool because I was trying so many filters, trying to understand how it worked. And at the same time, I was exchanging with the artists to learn a little bit, because at some point I was like, come on, I want to create filters too, So I had help from some creators, the first creators of filters on Instagram. They helped me, and I create my first filter was not actually about makeup. It was about mental health. The filter is called Alive. I don't have it anymore in my gallery, my filter gallery, but it was about mental health. I wanted to express what I felt at this moment with the filter, and it was crazy because I told my story at the same time, and all the creators of Instagram loved it, shared it, tried it, and made stories with it. Other artists contacted me to do something with this filter, like choreographers. One of them create a beautiful choreography with it. A famous makeup artist recreated it, and a lot of things happened with this filter. It was crazy. And after that, I found this passion, and I started to create beauty filters. And it was like, I don't know how to explain. I just get out of this dark hole, It opened a big window because I could keep on creating makeup, applying makeup on someone without my hand. And I was like, it's fantastic, mostly when I started to see people tagging me using my filters and receiving messages from people saying, wow, this filter is great. It looks great on me. The eyeshadow is fantastic, and the lipstick and blah, blah. And I was like, wow, I don't need my hand. So it was so revealing and so, and I don't know, I wanted to create more and more and more.
Nice. And you went, I think I remember some of your filters, like some Kardashians used it, and so many celebs. And then, so how did that help your career? I mean, you've become an official partner with Spark Meta now, and so how did that kind of help your career? And then what now pivoting to AI work? How did that happen?
So the thing when people try the AR Instagram filters or Snapchat filters or TikTok filters, people don't give a damn about who created it.
Yep.
That's a pity, because we put so much of us in that. And Kardashians and some French celebrities used it, but in my I didn't have any luck with that, because when it was the Kardashian, so she used my filter on Instagram, she recorded, she kept it, she didn't post it on her on her Instagram, but she posted it on the Snapchat. So my name didn't appear. I was so pissed off, but whatever. And yes, for the ones who don't understand what is about Spark AR, it means that among, I think at the time it was 400,000 creators. So Meta chose me to be part of the Spark AR network, and we at the time we were 100. They chose I think 100 people, 100 person, 100 creators.
Country, I believe.
Yes, and I'm the one in the country I live. I won't say which one, but and I was so happy, because I even asked them. I said, I'm sorry, but there's a mistake. I think there's a mistake. Why did you choose me? Because I didn't have any skills, and I still don't have any skills in AR. Comparing to my colleagues, they are the masters, the big ones of filters. But okay, they asked me. I say yes. Yeah, I'm gonna be super honest, because you know me, I'm straightforward. I don't say shit. So let's go. It didn't bring me anything but pain, and a lot of pain, to be honest. Filters brought me joy. Created filters brought me joy because of the people who used it, because the community I had was about LGBTQ people and people who had mental issues, people who were suffering, a lot of disabled people, handicapped people, a lot. So I felt I had a huge responsibility, and I wanted to talk to them, to help them, because filters helped me, and I saw that filters could help people, because it's silly, and I'm always saying that. It's like when you are paralyzed in your bed, you cannot travel, you cannot go to a shop to try a t-shirt or a dress or a piece of jewelry or makeup. With AI, the thing is that people could do that, and it was fantastic. And a lot of people who followed me started to create filters to create their own world, you know, and I thought it was so fantastic. So this part regarding AR was great, and I kept a lot of good friends. The other part is that there's a lot of, unfortunately, I don't have patience for that. A lot of jealousy, a lot of people who try to bring you down to go to the top. I had a lot of problems because of that. I was called racist because of a filter that I created. In me, I looked a bit Asian, but every beauty filters nowadays have, you know, foxy eyes. So I was like, my filter is okay. And this filter had a huge polemic. I was harassed, I was bullied by other creators, but a lot of bullying. It was mean, very aggressive. I even saw an article with my face from a Canadian magazine or newspaper, whatever, saying the title was "This creator is racist." I mean, for me, it was so bad because I opened my heart again. I opened my mind to create. I was happy again, you know, and suddenly I felt like shit again, you know, just because I was creating, just because I was sharing and doing something cool. And that's why I started to put AR aside, to be honest, because before I stopped, I was making filters for TikTok. Also, I was invited by TikTok to create filters, and I discovered that it doesn't work like people think it works, you know. Because I had a huge use of my filters at the beginning when it was on a beta mode. And when they opened to the public, I had zero use of my filters. And I was like, okay, it's geolocation. I understand, but it sucks. Yeah. It doesn't give visibility to creators, only some countries. And that's a shame. And it was like a snowball. And I was like, you know what? Enough with that. And how would I discover AI? It was by, and you know him, Christian, the brother of Mark Wakefield, Ross. So they are AR creators, and Ross made an AI pictures, and I asked him what it is, what, you know, how it works, and I started a AI.
Yeah. So how did that start? So one of the questions I get is that people think that it's very simple, and it is, right? You know, it could be simple. You type in, show me a cat wearing a green hat, and you know, since AI is changing so fast by the week, but you know, take me through some of your process, like the prompt engineering. You know, you don't have to give the prompts, and you know, we could talk more about that stuff, right? But you know, what is your process as someone that, you know, used to physically create art but is unable to because of, you know, your disability, and how has that kind of, I want to see you talk about, like, what's the other side of it? Because, you know, there are people that say AI art does not have humanity. It's, you know, going to steal jobs, and no more painters will exist, things like that.
Okay.
Yeah, let's get into it. Unload.
The prompt thing, now it's easy to do because things have evolved so quickly. But when I started, I mean, to do something cool and beautiful, I had to write a long prompt, you know. Nowadays, and I will give you a good example who is viral right now, something I met about a criticism about the Met Gala. The prompt has 5 words. That's it. But the things I used to do, the prompts are long. I want like there are
Like a paragraph,
what
right?
exactly.
Before, right?
Exactly. So yes, now it's easier, and I had this conversation with a lot of friends of mine who make AI. That it was fun at the beginning because you had to do research a lot. You know, like my first big things that I made was the behind the cameras with the classical movies, with Ghostbusters, the Goonies, you know, this kind of movies. And I didn't know shit about lighting and cameras, and I made so many research that I was like, I'm ready to go to Hollywood now, you know. So you had to do that, and I think that to achieve good results, you still have to make some research. It's not like okay, I'm gonna write 2-3 words and I'm gonna have something great. The proof is that a lot of people messages me asking what was the prompt, and I don't give my prompts because I made research. I turn the words around to see. I'm always trying, testing, always. Sometimes I'm like one day nonstop trying a prompt to move words, to add something, or to delete another thing, to have the results that I have, you know. So I won't say that it's easy. I won't say that. After that, I lost myself. You asked me so many things that.
Right. So I think that's a perception that it's easy, because you could essentially generate 100 photos or images in 30 minutes, an hour, whatever. But I mean, I think that there's a lot of engineering and thought that goes into it, and also the intention. Because to me, I don't know about you, I think a lot of people they're just playing around, right? Remember, like 2 years ago, the NFTs are just playing around with these things, and then after a few years, they'll get bored. They'll say, "Okay, cool." But the people that are actually doing things, that are artists, they will add it to their workflow, just like using Procreate, Photoshop, all of these other tools. But I guess let's go into some of the, some of the hate that not you personally, I know, have gotten because you've been, you're not an artist, and or you're just you're a tech dude. They don't even know that you're a woman, and so let's talk about that. The way that society all of a sudden now is concerned about artists. Because for me, it's like, oh, you're concerned about my art, my humanity. Well, here's a canvas. Buy it for $1,000. Will they? No. So then leave me alone. Let me work on whatever I'm doing as the artist. You're not. What do you think about that whole stigma about AI art?
So it was complicated at the beginning. I received a lot of hate, constant hate every fucking day. I understand why, but the people who gave me share their hate towards me, It was funny actually because they were talking to me like you stealing art, you're not an artist, blah blah blah. And you know that on the internet, nobody knows nobody. It's like that, you know. So the first thing that bothers me is why are you talking to me? You don't know me. You don't know anything about me. So I start with that. I was an artist, and I started to tell my story. You know, like AI, like with AR, I was frustrated because I couldn't make the things I do now. I was frustrated. With AI, I can express everything I feel. And I told those persons, thank God there's AI. I can keep on doing art. So that's the first thing. And the response from these people was, okay, I understand, and it's cool that you have that to express yourself. And it was people from big companies like DC and Marvel, people like that, like big people. And after that, I was looking at the profiles, and I was seeing reproductions that they did of I don't know, of Mogwai, of Darth Vader, of other things. And I was.
Did you say Mogwai?
I said Mogwai.
Mogwai from Gremlins?
Sorry, I wanted to say Yoda.
Oh, I was gonna say because that's an obscure reference. None of the kids that are probably watching know who that is.
Sorry, my mistake.
I like the Gremlins.
Me too, and my dog is called Mogwai. So sorry. And so I told them, okay, I'm sorry, but what is that on your profile? It's not a copy of something that already exists. Did you credit the person who designed Yoda or who designed, you know? And the people were, they become aggressive because they knew I was right, you know? But at the end, it's funny because when you search a lot of these people, they all do that. They all copy other artists. And to be honest, I will tell you something, and maybe I will attract haters, but I don't care. I'm sorry, but in this century, there's nothing new anymore regarding art. There's nothing new. Everybody is influenced by one painter or two or one artist or whatever. There's nothing new anymore. So please don't tell me that, oh, I'm this artist and I have this style and Mid-Journey or Stable Diffusion or whatever stole my style. Oh, come on. Be realistic, you know. It's not your style. It's a mix of artists that influenced you. That's it. It's like a DJ. Why nobody blame DJs or attack DJs? That's the fucking same thing. You know, they pick one piece of this song, one piece of other song, they mix it and they do something. Beam. It's a kind of AI. If you analyze the thing, that's the same shit. So now, if someone tells me you are not an artist, I said, okay, get a girlfriend. I know who I am. I don't consider myself an artist because it's a big word. I just used to paint very well. I used to draw very well, sculpt, and that's it. If I'm an artist or not, it's up to you to judge. And I don't care. I really don't care. But I know when people start to AI is not art. That's the other thing that I'm like, please shut up. everything that is created for me, you don't know what the creator felt at this moment. So you go to the museum, for example, you saw a painting of, I don't know, Klein, the perfect example.
Exactly. That's a great example.
You look at this, there's a monochrome paint or something like very abstract, and you pick 20 people and you ask every people, what do you see in there? And every people will have a different opinion. Thank you.
Yeah. So people will say like, oh, that's not art, my kid can do that, or I could do that. But the thing is, they didn't, right? So, then you remember at Art Basel a few years ago, someone put a banana with duct tape, right? And then, it was art, performance art. Whether it's good art or bad art, it's still art. So the output.
Exactly, because at the end, at the end, nobody knows and nobody will know. That's it. Personally, before my stroke, I made something, an art piece who had a huge polemic, because it's not I love to be polemic, but I love to bring sensitive subjects in what I do. And I made, I don't know how to say in English, but it's a cellular. It was a kind of bunker, and inside the bunker, I used a celluloid paper, a lot of pieces of a celluloid paper, and I transformed the face of Einstein into Hitler. And I had a point, and the project was banned from the expo because the art director didn't want to hear me, And it has a meaningful sorrow and pain in what I was doing. But I don't know, people think I am racist. I swear. I don't know why. Even I'm gonna tell you something. Lately, I've been, and I will finish my line of thought. Lately, I've been receiving messages saying, "Do you know that Izanami? If you invert, is the name Izanami? It say I'm a Nazi." So people has nothing to do with their lives really. But anyway.
Yeah.
And so I made this, and it has a meaning for me. And this Klein guy, it's the same thing. We don't know. And after that, you have a art history teacher who they come with a theory and they don't know shit.
Yeah.
That's the truth. They don't know shit. What I do in AI, some people understand. Because I always put a kind of caption. Some people that I know, they understand. Other people that I know, there are people who suffer, understand what I do, and they feel it. So I'm sorry, but if people feel something with what I do, it's called art. Because
art is about feeling for me, right?
Exactly. For me, the definition of art is that it's not doing something amazing like Michelangelo or whatever. Yeah. For me, it's not that. For me, it's like you stop in front of something and there's something there. For me, this is art. The rest, bullshit.
Yeah. For an example, I was talking to someone about this, and they were saying that this person that's copying Rothko is not an artist, but if they were able to paint like the Last Supper, they are an artist, which is totally different types of art, but it's still art. I think that a lot of it too could be that maybe because of, in the past, right? You go to art school, you spend 20, 30 years, you pay, you're in debt of thousands and thousands of euros or dollars to your art school, and it's hard to be an artist. And then you get some shitty art job as a art director for some corporation. They treat you like a machine, and then there's some 15-year-old kid type something in a prompt and then comes up with something that is similar or comparable. Because if you just look at the end product, then that's all that really would matter to whoever the consumer is. So I think a lot of it comes from there. But I mean, just from education in general, I mean, like, how do you feel going through art school and taking a lot of things that and then you see people creating art? Do you have those same types of feelings, or what would be your response?
This is complicated, but I think what I see in AI, and maybe it's gonna be harsh to say, but the best thing in AI that I saw until now comes from people who are, yes, who are artists inside, like my bestie, and I hope he is listening right now. He's called Jason Late. For me, he's like the best in AI, the fucking best. And this guy, now I know him, and I can say that his sensitivity is good heart, and he touches with music, with drawing before AI, and all of this makes that his creations in AI are fucking awesome and perfect. Another guy that I know is Friedrich. This guy is also, and and the thing, he's a musician, so again, and you can feel this in his artwork with AI. And I talked about that with someone very, I won't say the name, very well known in the movie industry. This person told me, and he made a statement in this social media, that he also realized that the people who are very, very good with AI are traditional artists because of the knowledge, So I told all of this to make a point, is that every traditional artist should use AI like an extension of their work. It helps with productivity, with everything, to be honest. And if you are a traditional artist, you're gonna you will have work. You will have work, and more work than the others. And people don't understand that they are like blocked with this thing of I'm a traditional artist and I will fight the machine. Big mistake. Because we see now it's AI is everywhere. People are making millions of dollars thanks to AI, and people who have no skills whatsoever. And these people, these artists, because I'm against them, but I'm with them because I love art. I studied art, and art is in me since forever. So sometimes I want to say, wake the fuck up, use AI, and earn money and shut up, and you will see. Open your eyes, open your mind. Like, what is his name? The guy from Total Recall, the like, he looks like a baby.
Yeah. Yes. The guy in the middle. So I think, yeah, man, like the best like photography AI I've seen come from photographers because they know all the settings of the cameras that not some, random person doesn't know. They would have to spend a long time researching. But if someone knows the type of lenses, the type of cameras, the type of film, and that is what would extend their work. And I think history shows us. I mean, you and I were around the same age. We know, like, remember when the tape recorder came out, the CD came out, Napster, LimeWire, Netflix, the iPhone. Remember when iPhone cameras came out? Oh, it's gonna kill photography. But now these cameras, enable us to do things like what we're doing right now. But there are still professional photographers. Now, I don't know if you read, but music-wise, there have been more record vinyl sales now than the past 20 years. It outsold CDs. They are now opening factories for records. So there's still going to be a market for people that want it. In my opinion, I think it'll make it more valuable. Because if everyone's putting out AI, and most of the AI art is shitty, it's just like so generic, unimaginative. But that'll just make all the traditional photos, painters, sculptures, all those things much more valuable, I think.
I'm gonna tell you something. It was very funny actually. My mom, she's 70, okay, and I was like, Mom, you should try, because my mom, she's a phenomenal drawer, but she never pushed herself to go further. And I taught her some things, on the Mid Journey. And the first time she made a set with Mid Journey, I post her pictures on the AI Universe group on Facebook. She had over 800 likes. I was like, what? Because my mom, so she's 70. She has a lot of photographer references like Robert Duano. It's black and white photography. It's very particular, it's a lot of about kids at school. Some things very, very sweet that she remember from her past, And it was like, boom, you see, because she already had these references, and she knows a lot of photographers. This thing that you talked about photographers is the same thing. The first AI I used is Daly, and one day, because I was a photographer too, I used some settings from my machine to make I don't know in English, when you took a picture of a waterfall, for example, and the waterfall looks like fog,
where it slows down. Yes.
Exactly. So I used that, and people was, wow, how did you do that? And at the time, I remember, like, do some research, but people don't do research. Yeah. Because they want to play with it, and I thought it's totally fine. Everybody can use it. I'm not against that, but there are the people who want to play with it, and you see the results, and you have the people who are artists. For me, they use it to express themselves. They use it to make money, and they can. It's not a bad thing. Personally, I have commissions. I do some things. I won't say what, but I want to make money with that, But my first thing is to show the world, to express myself, because it's so important for me. And actually, I don't like to talk about that, but it's okay. Daly was the first AI I used, and they did something great. They gave financial support to people like me to be able to use AI, because AI is not cheap. Let's be honest. And they did that to so many people. And I thought it was so incredible to give the opportunity to artists to express themselves, because it's so important. It can save lives. I always say that art can save lives. I did say that with AR, and it saved my life. AI is saving my life too, because I can keep on expressing myself, creating and share. The thing is, the exchange with the viewer. It feels so good. Like 2 days ago, I made this set called Melt Gala. I received so much love from, and I don't know why, but from the Black community. The sweetest messages I ever received, like giving me support, people saying I will pray for you because your work has to be recognized, so many cool things, and for me, I don't know these persons, but I want to talk with them and to thank personally, because I want these persons to know how much weight, a good weight, they have in what they are saying to me. They are keeping me alive. They're giving me joy, and it's people that I don't know. So this sharing thing is so important, and I talk a lot.
No, that's great. So we have about 5 minutes left. I want to highlight something. Lorthen Demore said something like, the essence of art itself is about change and innovation. Art is simply about being creative, expressive. Traditional art will never die. Yeah, I agree. And, we all know about the issues of some AI scraping and things like that. But I don't know, art is dangerous. I mean, I grew up around graffiti, and none of that shit was legal, and collages and hip hop is sampling and, taking things that, I hate to say it, theft, art, who is the artist? Someone said great artists are inspired, or but great artists steal, or something like that. But I mean, those issues, I think the legal issues, that will all unfold, but I think to your point is that today it's AI, next it'll be something else, like how it was Photoshop before, and if you look at society as a whole, before we saw people that deliver milk to our door, then came refrigerators. We had taxi drivers, then we have Uber, then Uber drivers now are fighting against the robo-taxis. It's a pattern, but we still have traditions that will still be alive. People still will play piano, people will still sing.
Exactly, because I'm a traditional artist. I don't want that to die, never, because for me, just the smell of the painting when you open the smell of the painting, the smell of the paper, of everything, the materials, and the time you take to create, and each achievement is everything. Of course, it's everything. But I will defend AI also, because I cannot paint anymore. I'm gonna show you my hands for people to understand. This is my good hand, okay, the left one. This is my right hand, okay. I cannot. You see, I have to put. I cannot do anything, and it will fall in 5 minutes. So I want people to understand that there's people. AI can help people like me who have disabilities. They can help people who have mental health issues, even if they can draw. I want people to respect that also, you know. I respect traditional artists because being a traditional artist it's so hard, you know. It's so hard because I know it's hard. I have a lot of friends who are traditional artists in a lot of fields. Life is hard, but don't blame AI. They have to look into themselves too. I don't want traditional art to die. Fucking way. No, no, no. No, never.
All right, last few minutes. What are you working on next, and where can people find your work?
So they can find my work on my Instagram. It's call me Izanami. It's a call _ me _ Izanami. On Facebook too. It's facebook.com call me Izanami. And the things I'm doing right now, I don't know where to begin because lately it's been a bit crazy. I have a lot of commissions, but basically I will start for, let's see, for a company, I cannot say the name. But anyway, there's a lot of things and a big video game company. I'm not sure if I will do it. I have to see some things relate. It's complicated to explain because I don't want to people to know until it's done, you know.
Yep.
But yeah, I have a lot of proposition and I have to see how it works. But yeah, there's work.
Cool. Thank you. Thanks for sharing your story. I'm, one of your biggest fans, and happy to see, you thriving. And I'm just a big advocate of your work and representing, a segment of the world population that is, with disabilities that are not often spoken about. And so, I appreciate you for bringing that up. So, yeah, so thank you for listening, and thank you, Caroline.
And thank you, Christian, for inviting me to this live. I love you so much. And for the people who will see this live, look at this man work, because it's so spiritual and so, I don't know how to say in English, but very into traditions, and it's so important nowadays to keep our values and everything. That's why I admire you so much, because you don't give up on what you believe. And yeah, I love you so much, and thank you again for inviting me, Christian.
Thank you. Bye, everybody.